In school sports, it's easy to see the wins, the moments that make headlines. But there's so much work that goes unseen for any of it to happen. My name is Phil Risen, and I'm the Executive Director of the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. Throughout the country, athletic administrators dedicate countless hours to making life-changing opportunities possible for student athletes through sports. Their sacrifice is fueled by the belief that every student can grow and deserves their time to shine. On behalf of the NIAAA, we want to thank every athletic administrator for your tireless dedication to providing 7.8 million students across the country a path to a better future.
This message presented by the NIAAA, the National Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Where do my friends and other students find their voice? We find our voice through the performing arts, along with millions of other high school students. By expressing yourself in a role on stage, through an instrument, or at the debate podium, the performing arts give us freedom to find ourselves, to find our place. The stage is where I can play, perform, and compete with my friends.
This message is brought to you by the NFHS and the South Dakota High School Activities Association, proudly overseeing music, speech, debate, theater, visual arts, journalism, and student council in South Dakota.
Man, I loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in South Dakota at highschoolofficials.com.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the STHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
You guys just didn't want it bad enough. That should have been an easy win. What were you doing out there? You gotta hustle. You could have made that play if you'd been open.
On the car ride home after the game, when you think you're helping by telling me what I did wrong and what I need to work on, all I hear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm supposed to be perfect, that it's not okay to lose. On the car ride home, all I need to hear is how much you love me and enjoy watching me play, that my worth isn't determined by my performance, that even on my worst day, I am worthy, that you see me learning, growing, and doing my best, and that is enough.
This message presented by the STHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the STHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We are the NFHS. That stands for the National Federation of State High School Associations. But really, what we stand for, together with the SDHSAA, are the 29,000 high school sports and performing arts students in South Dakota. And so, we stand. We stand for the runners, debate team members, and basketball players. We stand for their coaches, officials, and adjudicators. We stand for the drummers, football players, and actors. We stand for the golfers, singers, and swimmers. We stand as the national leader and advocate for these essential activities and all who participate in them and make them possible. Because it is our purpose to ensure that high school students get to play, perform, and compete together. To learn more about who we are and what we stand for, visit nfhs.org.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in South Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Check. Test 1, 2. Sound mic check.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Coach Ginn's Court inside Ginn's Gym in Hill City, South Dakota for a Class A Region 8 semifinal girls basketball game between the 3-seeded St. Thomas More Cavaliers, who come into tonight's game with a 13-7 record, taking on the 2-seeded team in Region 8A, the Hill City Rangers, coming into tonight's game with a 17-4 matchup. My name is Landon Wiley. I'll be producing tonight's broadcast, and at this time, I'll step away from the camera and turn it over to our public address announcer, Mr. Greg Schrader.
It's time for the voices of Hill City Ranger basketball. A 5'11" analyst from Winter, Blake Gardner. And a 5'8" play-by-play man from Hill City, Josh Dias.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome and thank you for joining us here from Coach Ginn's Court, Hill City, South Dakota. It is the best time of the year. It is playoff basketball, and we have a great matchup tonight. The Hill City Rangers taking on the St. Thomas More Cavaliers in what should be a really good game. What do you think, Josh?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, excitement. I think this is going to be a lot of energy in the gym tonight. Like you said, a good matchup here. The Hill City Rangers earned the home court here and playing against a St. Thomas More Cavalier team that's playing some pretty good basketball, so I'm expecting to see a good close ball game.
Absolutely. This is one that the hurdle we knew we had to get over, right? If you're a Hill City fan, and talking to Coach Candelin from St. Thomas More, he felt, it's a young team that they're playing better, and at this time of year, it doesn't matter who you are, you want to be playing your best basketball for sure. So Landon's going to show us some graphics here as we get going. 5.5 minutes until tip-off. Right here is the Class A standings for girls basketball. Again, Flandreau's number 1, Red Cloud number 2. Both St. Thomas More and Hill City are familiar with the Red Cloud Crusaders.
Yeah, and interesting, right here you see the rankings. These are the media rankings. They're not how the seed points actually fall. If every seed would hold right now, I saw that it looks like Hill City would be playing Flandreau in the round of 16 if they were able to win and all the seeds advanced.
And right here, Landon, Johnny on the spot, shows us who would be ranked where if Now, does this factor in region alignment? It does not. So this is just the straight power points.
Well, one correction I want to make, guys. In parentheses is each region listed next to each of the 19 teams listed there.
Wonderful. If you guys are at home watching this, the graphics are on point from Landon Wiley.
You know, one thing I did want to point out is I was looking at this earlier, looking at, you know, if Hill City would win, who they might play. And the thing that you see, especially in the, all the way down to number 19 there, basically all the teams have 3 to 5 losses. There is not really a lot of separation in Class A right now, all the way down to the 20th spot. So a lot of really good teams in Class A. Whoever advances through this game, I think, is going to obviously have a really tough game in the Sweet 16.
Absolutely, and this is the Region 8A playoff, and again, the winner of this will go to the SODAC 16. You know, in the old days, I say the old days, 5-6 years ago now, it's probably changed. You used to have to win your region to make the state tournament. Now they reshuffle, so they take 2 teams from each region. You see in the Northern Hills tonight, Belle-Fourche is taking on Rapid City Christian. And then here at Coach Ginn's Court, Hill City versus St. Thomas More to get here.
Yeah, I expect to see that game be a tight game too. Belle-Fourche is playing really well, and Rapid City Christian has really come on here at the end of the season too.
Yeah, and Landon shows the graphic here. St. Thomas More is ahead in this this series, 28-1, but the one win came this year, earlier in the season against St. Thomas More, 44-34. If you're a Hill City Ranger fan, you're saying, you know, we won that game and they didn't play their best basketball that night. There was a lot of turnovers. You can see 26 turnovers. And if you're a Cavalier fan, you're saying we lost that game, but we were without 2 of our starters with an ankle injury. And so I know STM feels good about that, but so does Hill City. So it should be a interesting battle tonight.
So here you see the St. Thomas More profile, obviously out of Rapid City, South Dakota. Head coach Brandon Candelin, like you said, you were talking to him before the ball game, as was I. We both know Brandon well. Great coach, obviously. Hall of Fame probably coach in the state of South Dakota with all his state champions there that he's had over the last 10, 11 years. Here's the St. Thomas More Cavalier results. As you see, you know, it looks like they've pretty much went on a 2-game, you know, won 2 games, lost 1, won 2 games, lost 1. They're a strong basketball team. They've been a powerhouse in the state of South Dakota for a lot of years. I would say they're a step below where they've been recently, but they're still a strong team, obviously battling to try to get to that round of 16.
Yeah, but that's because they're young. If you look at their last 7 games, they've won 5 out of the 7 games. And I look at that winter game as a turning point where they just really got after it on defense. They held Winter to 22 points. Not that Winter's the juggernaut they usually are, but they're 17-4 this year, you know, 15-5, whatever the record is. So St. Thomas More definitely trending upwards as we speak. On the flip side, Hill City is 17-4 this season. Key players, Elena Dean, Abby Cutler, we'll talk about her. Lily Ross going to Dakota State. Maggie Taylor, you know, draws a lot of attention. She's going to go to Drake next year to play. And Anna Dean is a senior for the Rangers.
Yeah, and the season record here for the Rangers, obviously, like we said, 16-4 right now. Coming in on a also 4-1 in the last 5 games. That last game against Rapid City Christian, and this obviously doesn't include the first round of the playoffs where the Hill City Rangers beat the lead Gold Digger. So getting ready to go here. The gym is much fuller than it was on Tuesday night. We expected that with kind of the anticipation that was leading up to this ball game. Expect some really good energy and hope we have a good one.
Yeah, if you're watching from home, you see the far end of the stands, and that's usually the St. Thomas More and some of the Hill City fans behind the Hill City bench. But in front of Josh and I, it's pretty full here. So it's good energy. This is what high school basketball playoffs is all about, and we definitely look forward to a good game. 25 seconds here until Greg Schrader takes it over with the PA. So thank you again for joining us. Should be a good one.
Yep, we're ready to go. So we'll turn it over to Greg here, and looking forward to a good ball game.
Good evening and welcome to Gins Gym for tonight's Class A Regional Semifinal basketball matchup between the St. Thomas More Cavaliers and your Hill City Rangers. Please rise and face the flag for the singing of the national anthem by members of the Hill City High School Choir.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
And now for the starting lineups. We'll be starting with the visiting Cavalier cheerleaders and then their players. For the cheerleaders, Gabby Burris, Michelle Hansen, Katharina Kirkenbush, Nicole Cruzy, Alina McFarling, Ariel Nas, Evie Nas, Abby Satter, Cicely Schock, and Libby Schock. The cheerleaders are coached by Tracy Stamper and Carissa Nas. And now for the St. Thomas More players. A 5'7" junior, or excuse me, a 5'5" sophomore, number 2, Anna Henry. A 5'7" junior, number 5, Sloan Kessler. A 5'5" sophomore, number 13, Amity Strand. A 6-foot senior, number 21, Megan Lee. And a 5'8" sophomore, number 23, Rachel Hyde. The Cavaliers are coached by Brandon Condolin, assisted by Bill Friedel and Edward Miller. And now for our Hill City Ranger cheerleaders. Abigail Garcia, Mia Rapp, Jazzy DuBois, Anna Winter, Daisy Williams, Layla Williams, and Miss Elizabeth Knapp. The cheerleaders are coached by Rudy McDaniels. And now, the starting lineup for your Hill City Rangers! A 5'4" sophomore from Palmer Gulch, number 3, Elena Dean. A 5'5" senior from East Three Forks, number 4, Abby Cutler. A 5'5" senior from Palmer Gulch, number 5, Anna Dean. A 5'9" senior from the east side, number 11, Lily Ross. And a 6'2" senior from South Rockerville, number 15, Maggie Taylor. The Rangers are coached by Ann Eckert, assisted by Travis Santos-Steven and Cassie Willard. Let's play Ranger Ball!
All right, with that, thank you all for joining us here live from Coach Ginn's court in Hill City, South Dakota. Again, St. Thomas More Cavaliers taking on the Hill City Rangers. The two teams played earlier in the year. The Rangers won 44-34, and this should be a good one. I know Josh and I sound like a broken record, and here we go. Let's tip it off.
Yeah. So it looks like Lee will jump against Taylor here to start the ball game off. Maggie Taylor had a really big ball game against the Cavaliers the first time, and would anticipate that she's going to have to do the same thing here tonight. Looks like the Cavaliers come out in a man-to-man defense here.
Yeah, and the Rangers just kind of want to feel this out here and find the soft spot in the defense. St. Thomas More not really getting out and pressuring in the passing lane, kind of packing it in. Certainly going to draw a lot of attention on Maggie Taylor, and the first possession results in a turnover.
Yeah, and that's something that the Rangers really want to be aware of tonight. We said it in the opening. They had 26 turnovers the first time they played the Cavaliers, and really are going to want to cut down on that tonight. So the Rangers come out in their full court man-to-man defense.
Yeah, so Kessler will be guarded by Elena Dean, and that should be a fun matchup to watch here. It looks like a kind of a shuffle offense into a pick and pop there for Hyde.
Yeah, and same thing here. Pretty strong defense by the Rangers, and the Cavaliers just kind of trying to feel out the defense to find that opening.
10 on the shot clock.
Anna Dean guarding Strand right now. That ball goes into Henry, and there's going to be a foul called on the floor there. So 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Nice job by the Cavaliers to get the ball in the interior there and draw the foul.
Yeah, and a really good backdoor cut there by Anna Henry. It looked like there wasn't anything going, and 4 seconds left on the shot clock. She cuts to the hoop and picks up a foul. So
yeah, that'll be Abby Cutler with the foul, her first foul, team's first here. Strand guarded by Dean. Back to Kessler. Kessler guarded by Elena Dean.
Yeah, and this is what STM wants to do here, Josh, is they want to run some clock, make the Rangers play defense, and there's a gamble by Cutler, and it's going to be a travel on Anna Henry, but again, 2 possessions, and they ran an awful lot of clock. And I know if you ask STM, they feel like they're equal, right? There's no underdog, there's no favorite. But if you were just objectively looking at this, Hill City's probably the favorite, right?
Probably a slight favorite, but it's not a big favorite. And both teams kind of feeling the game out. We're a minute 30 into the game and no shot left. Well, as I say that, the first shot of the ball game goes up. Maggie Taylor's going to be fouled on the play. Nice post entry there. From the top of the key, and Taylor able to get the shot up. She gets fouled and goes to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, that's a great point, Josh. If you followed us Tuesday, Hill City had 2 or 3 turnovers trying to feed the post. That one right on the money by Elena Dean, so Maggie Taylor goes to the line. Really good free throw shooter for the Rangers. Shoots a high percentage. Again, you'll probably hear us talk about it, but Maggie headed to Drake University next year to play college basketball.
Second free throw, rims out, rebounded there by Lee. So Kessler brings the ball into the front court. Hill City with a 1-0 lead. 6:20 left to play in the first quarter. Kessler gets all the way to the rim, can't get it to go, and Anna Dean comes down with the rebound for the Rangers, and she's looking to push. Cavaliers do a nice job getting back on defense, so the Rangers set up their offense here.
Yeah, and I know that's going to be a big coaching point for the Rangers is that they want to crash the boards, hold STM to, one shot. Good cut by
really
Lily
nice
Ross.
cut, really nice find there, and Lily Ross gets the reverse layup to go, so the Rangers off to a nice start here, lead the ball game 3-0. Cavaliers still looking for their first bucket, stole there by Anna Dean. Now Maggie Taylor's going to have that ball stolen. Now it looks like Lee's going to have a run out for the Cavaliers, but she can't control the ball. There's going to be a scramble for it. That's going to be a tie-up, and that'll stay with the Cavaliers.
Yeah,
on the
and doesn't
alternating
that little
possession.
sequence just sum up the energy here that everybody's maybe going a step faster than they want to?
Yeah, the energy and maybe just the excitement a little bit. Just the jitters maybe. Some of those plays there, a couple of them, both the Rangers and the Cavaliers probably make, further down into the ball game here.
Yeah, and we would always say when we were coaching possession first, right? And both teams, they were so excited to get the ball that kind of forgot the possession. And there is a quick travel by Hyde.
Called for step. Kind of think just drug her back foot there. So that'll turn the ball over to the Rangers.
So 5:34 left, 3-0 Rangers lead. So Dean will bring the ball across half court. Again, the Rangers they're dribbling the wing off, and it's almost like they want to loop through, try to get Maggie Taylor one-on-one in the post. STM does a great job defensively, though. They're not going to leave Maggie one-on-one. Nice play there by Hyde. Jump stops, going to give it to Kessler. Shot on the way is no good, but Kessler will be fouled by Lily Ross.
Yeah, and that time the Cavaliers are they're making a concerted effort to keep the ball out of Maggie Taylor's hands, which is probably a smart move on their part, right? So the Rangers are going to have to find somebody else to kind of loosen up that defense to be able to get that ball to Maggie Taylor there.
Yeah, so Kessler goes to the line, knocks down her first one, so it's 3-1 here early going. As you said, it's both teams just kind of getting into the flow of the game. Nobody really feels extra comfortable yet, and Kessler goes 2 of 2 at the line, and the Rangers will push the ball back the other way.
And this time they run kind of a 5-out set here, it looks like. Yeah, just a 5-out. This is the set they were running against the Rapid City Christian Comets here. Pass and cut. Nice shot by on the wing there by Anna Dean. And those are the types of kind of players that if they can step up and knock down those jumpers, I think it'll really loosen up the inside there for Maggie Taylor to be able to work.
Yeah, you're 100% right. If you're a Ranger fan, you kind of know what you're going to get from Maggie Taylor and Lily Ross, but if Anna Dean and Elena Dean can knock down a couple shots, that opens things up, and the Rangers do a good job of clearing the boards that time. So Cutler with the ball. She'll be guarded by Strand.
Yeah,
the Rangers
are going to that 5-out offense. It looks like they're just trying to cut, and then Maggie Taylor posts up for a second when she gets in the paint there to see if she's open, and Rangers trying to pass and cut, find those open gaps. Elena Dean takes the three-pointer from the wing, and she's going to get it to go. Another, like we said, Anna Dean knocking down those shots, and if Elena Dean can knock down those outside shots like that, then it's really going to open up a lot of things for the Rangers. So nice start for Hill City right now.
Yeah, 8-2 lead for the Rangers, and I think if you're STM, though, you're going to say, we'll let those players get their shots off. We just don't want, Taylor and Ross to beat us. And
yeah, nice cut and finish there by Kessler to get the St. Thomas More Cavaliers back on track here. Rangers lead by 4. A really nice offensive set there by the Cavaliers.
So Taylor spins. Nice block there by Lee, the senior.
Yeah, just got her hand right on top of the basketball, so good defense. It was a nice move by Maggie Taylor, but just a little bit better defense by Hyde there.
Yeah, really good defense by Anna Dean, a 5-second count, and there's certain momentum plays outside of just like scoring the ball, and I think if you take a charge or you force a 5-second count, like those are plays that gets the crowd going, get your teammate going, and those are just real hustle plays, right?
Absolutely, yeah, and you're exactly right. The charge taken and the 5-second count, those are almost the most exciting plays in basketball, especially on the defensive side of the basketball, and the crowd loves to see that. So see if the Rangers can take advantage of it. Going to be an offensive foul here. It looks like a screen moving screen set by Abby Cutler to get Zoe Alexander open, who's coming to the ball game. Into the ball game for the Cavaliers for the first time is Bryn Donley. So a couple subs here for both the Cavaliers and the Rangers. Cavaliers will have possession of the basketball, down 4 here with 2:56 left to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's worth noting 2 fouls now on Abby Cutler, so she'll stay in the game with 2 fouls, and Kessler brings the ball up the court, centers it.
Henry with the ball on the wing, guarded by Cutler. Yeah, and Cutler has to be careful, right? We don't want her to pick up that 3rd foul if you're a Ranger fan. Going to be a foul called there by Zoe Alexander. Donley cutting to the basket there and just kind of got bodied up there by Alexander. Looks like Anna Dean's going to check in for Abby Cutler here. Probably a good move by Coach Eckert to get Cutler out of the ball game, just so she doesn't pick up that 3rd foul early.
Yeah, and if you're the Rangers, you kind of want to adjust to what the referee. Nice play there. As let's see, that was Hyde cutting to the hoop, 8-6. But I was just going to let me finish my thought. Is adjust to the way the referees are calling the game. Hill City's coming out trying to be really physical on the defensive end, and they're getting called for those fouls, so they have to back off, right? Adjust a little bit.
Absolutely. That's one thing that you have to do as a player is feel how the officials are going to call the ball game and then adjust your game to that level of physicality that's being allowed. Nice move and cut there. Good move by Maggie Taylor. Nice cut by Zoe Alexander. Taylor was able to find her, and she's fouled on the play, fouled on the floor. That foul looks like that's on
Anna Henry. And, Henry had the right idea. She was just a step slow getting there, and so
kind of the same exact play that the Cavaliers ran, but Zoe Alexander can't get that layup to go. So nice break there if you're a Cavalier fan. They come down with the rebound and have a chance to tie the ball game or take the lead here with a 3-pointer.
Here's that high screen and roll. The Cavaliers have run that a couple different times. So Kessler centers the ball, 15 seconds on the shot clock. She's just kind of the quarterback of the team.
Going to be, Donley's going to be fouled on the play. I think that was the one where the crowd was kind of counting down the shot clock, and Donley thought that the shot clock was going to expire, and luckily she got bailed out by Zoe Alexander on the foul there. She's going to go to the free throw line with a chance to tie this ball game up.
Yeah, so it's all Hill City early on, 8-2 lead, and now the Cavaliers come storming back. Donley misses the first one as Riley Weiss will check in for Zoe Alexander. Zoe's got 2 fouls, but a lot of momentum right now for Coach Candelin's STM squad.
Yeah, that was the 15th foul on the Rangers, so any foul now committed by the Rangers, and the Cavaliers will go to the line to shoot a pair. Donley gets her own rebound, and then she's going to be fouled on the play there, so that's something that we talk about as a coach. You'd never want to give up an offensive rebound on a free throw, and that was one where the free throw shooter got her own rebound. So somebody on the top, the top 2 girls there, need to talk to each other and determine who's going to take the shooter and block her out. So
yeah, so Donley will go to the line, try this again. She makes good on the 3rd attempt. So lead is cut to 1, 7-6 here. And, it's one of those games that every possession is going to matter tonight, I feel like, right? At the end of the hour and a half from now, we might look back and say, oh, yeah, that last possession or the last 2. But, you can't forget about a missed box out with 1:30 or something like that, And so another opportunity, and Cavaliers just relentlessly pursuing the ball. And
yeah, and something here also just happened. That was Lily Ross's 2nd foul, so she has to check out to the ball game. So 2 starters for the Rangers with 2 fouls now in the first quarter. So
looks like they switched to a zone here.
Yeah, it does. They are in a zone defense. Pretty good post entry and shot there by Lee, but just can't get it to go. And Maggie Taylor does come down with the rebound here for the Rangers. She's going to bring the ball up the court, guarded by Hyde. Elena Dean back to Taylor. And the Rangers kind of stagnant on offense here. They want to try to get some movement here to get that defense moving. And Elena Dean's going to turn that basketball over. Good steal there by Henry. And Kessler controls the ball here. 1 minute left to go in the first quarter. The Cavaliers will have a chance to take the lead here with this possession.
Good high-low action, and Oh, a missed opportunity there by the Cavaliers, but really good play. Go high-low to.
Yeah, nice pass from Lee to Hyde, and Hyde just can't quite get the layup to go here. So see if the Rangers can get a little bit more movement on offense this possession. Last time they just were kind of stagnant. So Nia Ginsbaugh gets the pass in the corner, and she gets the three-pointer to go. So a couple big baskets from people who are the primary scorers for the Rangers right now. They've got an 11-7 lead, 21 seconds to go here in the first quarter. We'll see if the Cavaliers play for the last shot here.
Yeah, with 15 on the clock, looks like they're going to wind it down as Henry, hard drive, Maggie Taylor slides over, and she's going to draw the foul. And we talk about that, Josh. You know, when you slap down on the ball, a lot of times it's pretty easy call.
Yeah, and actually I think they're going to call that foul on Nia Ginsbaugh. I thought Nia kind of got her with the body below there, and that's where the foul's called. So Henry will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair here.
Yeah, and Henry gets the line, her first crack at a point there, and it's up and good. So Henry gets on the board, and it is 11-8, one possession game. 8.9 seconds to go here in the first quarter from Hill City, South Dakota at Coach Ginn's court.
Second free throw also good for Henry. Rangers with 8 seconds left to go here should have a chance to get the last shot in the quarter. Nia Ginsbaugh tries to get it into Maggie Taylor. Only 0.8 seconds left to go in the quarter here. Should have a chance to catch and shoot a quick one for the Rangers here. Go inbound from underneath their own basket. Elena Dean will trigger that in. And looks like the Rangers weren't aware that the clock was going to expire there, but after one quarter, the Rangers lead the Cavaliers 11-9 in a close first quarter here. Both teams are going to look at the score and say, you know, pretty good defensively. Now we just want to try to get it going on offense. And I think almost more than anything, I wouldn't call it great defense. I mean, there was good defense, but it just seemed like both teams were a little bit tight on offense to me.
Yeah, and I get that. The gym is electric. I'm a little tight and tense. How about you?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
but
and
we're
one
old.
thing
we didn't stretch.
One thing the Rangers probably need to talk about if you're in the huddle is, hey, we had 7 fouls in the first quarter to their 1. They're playing a little bit smarter on the defensive end than we are. You have to love the energy and the aggressiveness, but maybe back that off just a little bit. And then if you're STM, you're saying, hey, we got down 8-2. We took their best punch. We battled back. We're right there. It's 11-9. Again, it's anybody's ball game. And I think this first quarter is an indication of what the next 3 quarters are going to be like.
Yeah, it does feel like if one of the teams could kind of get their sea legs under them on offense, they could make a little run here. So we'll see how that happens here. You know, there have been ball games there where you kind of think that the teams are going to do that, and they never get into it. And it's, you know, this could be a game that, and I think it will be a game no matter what happens, that's going to come down to the fourth quarter.
Yeah, so STM will send out Kessler and Strand and Henry and Lee and Hyde. Hyde's done a really nice job on Maggie Taylor here in the first quarter. Maggie Taylor finished with just that 1 free throw, so did not get a field goal in the first quarter.
Yeah, and the Rangers start this quarter with both their starting seniors on the bench with 2 fouls, Lily Ross and Abby Cutler. But now I look over at the scorers table, and they look like they're going to be checking in here at the next dead ball. So 15 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Nia Ginsbaugh gets the ball at the high post. Maggie Taylor gets the ball over to Elena Dean. Shot clock running down here. Nice pass, nice find on the interior, and Maggie Taylor gets that one to go there. So.
Yeah, really good poise, don't you think, on the offensive end for the Rangers. Didn't panic, ran the shot clock down. Good job by them.
Yeah, and it was a nice job by Maggie Taylor just to find that open space there. Shot put up there by
Strand.
Can't get it to go, and now Elena Dean looks to push, and she gets the layup to go up and in. So really nice drive there by Elena Dean, and gets that layup to go with some pressures.
Yeah, good hesitation move, and it wasn't like that was bad defense there by Lee. It's just that a good hesitation created some space and finished at the rim. Kessler, good hard dribble, kind of gets to that pro post area, and she's going to organize the offense. 15 on the shot clock. Looking for Henry, guarded by Weiss. Henry will get back to her right side, goes at Ginsbaugh. Kessler, top of the key. Good help by Maggie Taylor. She's just so long, she's able to slide over. I think they'll maybe talk about this one. It looked like.
Yeah, it looks like it was off of Maggie Taylor, and I think it should stay with the Cavaliers here.
Yep, that's the right call. Mitch Berger and Mr. Kemp getting together on the referee side. Good job by them, and they got that call right.
Yeah, 3 seconds left to go on the shot clock here, so see if the Cavaliers are aware of that. They're going to have to try to get something up quickly. Try to run that same play that got him an open layup, but the Rangers do a nice job of defending. Kessler doesn't look like she realized the shot clock there, so a shot clock violation caused by the Rangers, and a really nice start for if you're a Ranger fan here in the second quarter.
Yeah, so that's the second 5 second. Well, no, that was a shot clock violation there, but the defense created a turnover, and you know that's something that the Ranger basketball team has kind of prided themselves all year is their defense. One thing we haven't seen the Rangers do yet is get out and run. You know, and they're not nearly as good in the half court.
I agree, but I do think that's probably something that the Cavaliers are trying to take away, right? They're trying to get back and defend and not give up those easy ones. They've done a nice job of making the Rangers earn it in the half court, and right now the Rangers have done a pretty nice job of being able to execute. So Kessler controls the basketball, guarded by Elena Dean. Rangers doing a nice job of really making the Cavaliers work here on offense.
Good find there by Hyde. So Hyde created that play.
And Hyde and Lee, the two bigs from St. Thomas More, do a really nice job of working together offensively, high lows, and kind of cutting off of each other and finding them each other in that post area.
Yeah, dribble penetration has been the key for the St. Thomas More Cavs here. As Cutler shot on the way is going to be good, and as Hill City struggled to shoot the ball against the lead, they're not having that issue here tonight as they go up 18-11. But STM looking to dribble penetrate. They've had success there. Jay Billis from ESPN, he always says good teams rarely have to help. And you've seen Maggie Taylor a few times slide over and help, and Anna Dean creates a turnover there.
Anna Dean has been a real spark here for the Rangers tonight on the defensive end. And now she's going to come out of the ball game here, but created a couple turnovers with her defensive energy, and then on the offensive side has done some nice things for the Rangers here tonight too. So really nice spark by Anna Dean for the Rangers.
Coach Eckert going pretty deep to her bench early on, just trying to get some girls in there and maybe avoid some foul trouble. So Sarah Du Bois checks into the game for the Rangers. That ball will be tipped out of bounds.
Yeah, and Maggie Taylor had really nice position there, but we talk about those passing angles. That's kind of a tough angle to make that post entry from the very top of the key. What you'd like to do is either dribble the ball to the wing or pass the ball to the wing and just create that angle for that post entry there.
Good point, Josh. Donnelly checks in for the Cavaliers. As Strand goes to the bench, Lily Ross is going to center the ball to Cutler. Hill City likes to run that shuffle cut. They set Maggie Taylor at the high post and then just cut right off of her, and that ball will be a jump ball.
Well, I think they called a foul actually on the play. It looks like a foul on Henry of the Cavaliers. So
it's two fouls on Henry now.
Rangers will get a new shot clock and inbound from underneath their own basket, that elevator screen, and Lily Ross is going to take the three, and she's going to knock it down. So Rangers stretch their lead out to 10 points here. Really nice start for the Rangers offensively in this quarter here. Cavaliers are going to bring the ball in the front court. Kessler over to Henry. Back to Kessler, guarded by Dean. Kessler drives to the basket, can't get it to go, and Lily Ross going to control the basketball here for the Rangers. Gets it over to Cutler. Over to Sarah Du Bois, who just checked into the ball game here for the first time.
Good deep post there by Maggie. She's so good at passing out the double team. Shot on the way is going to be no good. 3 seconds. Probably going to be the call there. And you see Maggie draws an awful lot of defensive attention, and she catches it. She's got the poise to find the open person. And
yeah, timeout called here by Hill City. Doing a nice job here in this quarter so far if you're a Hill City Ranger fan. Coach Anna Eckert is going to take this opportunity to talk to her team about, hey, okay, we're doing what we want to do. Now we don't want to let down, right? Sometimes a team has a tendency to kind of get going offensively, get going defensively, and then find themselves kind of try to, start to coast. And obviously St. Thomas More is a really good ball team here. Coach Eckert's just saying, hey, we don't want to do that, right?
Yep.
Play like it's 0-0, starting the quarter over.
I was just going to say that. 4 minutes, so we're halfway into the second quarter here. Hill City won that first 4 minutes 10-2. And I'm sure in the huddle, Coach Eckert saying it's 0-0. Keep playing hard, attacking the hoop. Good defense is kind of, that's what's propelled them here. That and knocking down some three-pointers, right?
Actually, they've shot the ball really well from the three-point line. I don't know if they've missed one yet. And it's not just like one of the teammates is knocking down all the three-pointers. I think we've had either three or four of the Rangers knock down a three-pointer tonight. So
yeah, but Coach Candlin is one of the premier Hall of Fame coaches. I'm sure he's drawn something up, and he's going to have some answers for the Rangers. But, if you're a Hill City fan, you hope they keep shooting the ball that way.
Yeah, that's one where Coach Candlin is probably going, I like that timeout here. I didn't have to take it. I get a chance to settle my team down and talk about what we want to do to try to claw back into it here before halftime.
Absolutely. So no full court pressure this time by the Rangers as Kessler brings the ball up, just crosses Smokey Bear. Looks like a trap here for the Rangers.
I think it's a 2-3 zone that the Rangers have went into. So kind of just a little bit of a try to confuse the Cavaliers a little bit. The Rangers have been playing man-to-man all night. Three-pointer there on the way, no good, but
yeah, what do we talk about, Josh? The hard thing is when you play zone, you're not guarding anybody, so you don't have somebody assigned to box out, and Rangers get lucky there. They dodged the bullet.
They did, because Lee did a really nice job of getting position. She just couldn't quite corral the basketball. I thought she had the best chance at it there. So we'll see if the Rangers stay in that 2-3 zone or was something that they just wanted to run that one time down the court.
Yeah, good help side there by Hyde and Lee to come over on Maggie Taylor. Maggie's not used to seeing girls that are as long and as athletic as she is, so they've given her a little bit of trouble here tonight.
Yeah, and the Rangers do go back to their man-to-man defense here, so just kind of something to slow down the Cavaliers, that one possession, give them something to look at. Kessler, nice pass over to Lee, really good dribble drive, and Maggie Taylor came over to help, and Lee was wide open. Kessler did a nice job of finding her there.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but we just talked about that. You give up dribble penetration, the help comes, and you find the open person. Well done by Kessler.
Again, the Rangers are in this shuffle offense, a shuffle cut like you said. Get the ball into Taylor here at the pro post, as you like to call it.
Yeah, it's funny when Maggie catches the ball, there are 10 eyes on her from the S-Team Cavaliers. 7 on the clock. Good cut there. Maggie, nice move. She misses. Grabs her own rebound, misses again. Pretty rare misses there, but that was a really nice shuffle cut, or a UCLA cut by Maggie to get there.
Yeah, so the Cavaliers now with a chance to claw back into with 5 points, 6 points with a 2, 5 points if this three-pointer goes down, but going to be just long, and that'll turn the ball over to the Rangers. We'll see if the Rangers can. That time on offense, it felt like they kind of got stuck again a little bit, where they were not moving quite as well, and we'll see if they can get back into that offensive rhythm that they had here earlier in the quarter.
Zoe Alexander checks in for the Rangers, and I think if you're Anna Eckert, you're okay. They ran that shot clock down to 4 or 5 seconds.
And they got a good shot, too.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a bad shot at the rim, especially if it's your D1 athlete shooting it. So Lily Ross probably will be looking to do some of the scoring here for the Rangers with Maggie on the bench. Shot on the way is no good. And Lee just skies for that thing. Good job by Lee. As Kessler looks to run, Cavaliers have numbers. Riley Gilton checks into the game. Shot on the way is no good. Long rebound, and sometimes that happens, when the person you count on to rebound checks out of the game. Everybody else has to pursue the ball, right, Josh?
Yeah. So Hyde gets that loose ball. Gilton now going to dribble drive. Kicks the ball out to Lee. Back to Donnelly, and that foul there just a little bit too aggressive by Anna Dean with the reach there.
Yeah, and you can expect a few of those out of Anna Dean in a game because she's just so aggressive. That's the only way she knows how to play. So Maggie Taylor checking back into the game for the Rangers.
Yeah, so after 17 fouls in the first quarter, just 1 on the Rangers here in this quarter, and only 1 on the Cavaliers. So the Cavaliers have played really clean defense here. I think only 3 fouls on the evening total.
So Gilton's going to dribble baseline to the right side. Shot on the way is no good, and they're going to call a foul on Cutler.
Yeah, that's going to be Abby Cutler's 3rd foul here. Just over a minute left to play here in the first half, so she'll check out of the ball game, and Gilton will shoot 2 free throws.
So Gilton goes to the line. She did not play the first time that these two teams matched up. She knocks down her first free throw, and it makes it a one-touchdown game, 21-14. 1:02 left here before halftime. Second shot is up and good, so a little bit of momentum shifting back to the Cavaliers.
Yes, down to a 6-point lead here for the Rangers. As we talked about that timeout, we said Coach Candlin was probably talking about, let's figure out how we can claw our way back into this by halftime. They've done that so far. See if they can keep it up. Nice pump fake there by Lily Ross, but she can't get that to go. Riley Weiss, really nice job on the offensive boards to keep that extra possession for the Rangers.
Yeah, and if you're the Rangers, you have the ball here. You kind of control the clock a little bit, get the shot that you want. Good ball fake there by Lily Ross. STM does such a good job of helping, don't they?
Yeah, they really do. Ross finds an open spot there. She can't get that one to go, and there's going to be a foul called here. Looks like on St. Thomas More, so that foul is going to be on number. Actually, no, that foul is on.
Oh, Hill City.
Yeah, it's going to be on Riley Weiss. It looked like she had called the foul on the Cavaliers, but it's on Riley Weiss. So the Cavaliers will have a chance to get the last shot of the half here. Coach Candlin's going to go ahead and take a timeout and probably talk to them specifically about that. We've had kind of discussions about that this year of whether you play for the last shot or whether you take the shot when it's there. And a lot of times I've always thought if you've got a good shot, you take it. But this year has really got me to rethink that, because there's been so many games where teams have taken a shot, with 8 seconds, 9 seconds left to go in the quarter, missed the shot, then the other team's gone the other way and made the shot, and all the momentum really changes.
Yeah, and talk about a momentum quarter here. Hill City went 10-2 to start the quarter. Now it's 6-0 Cavs, so we'll see here. 25.9 left. Here in the half.
I've got to think that Coach Candlin is saying, let's play for one. We got back into the ball game. We're down 6. What we don't want is to give Hill City that momentum going into the half. So we'll either make the shot at the buzzer to have all the momentum, or we're down 6 and we're clawed back into the ball game. So see how the Rangers defend. Kessler guarded by Dean. And Kessler's going to try to get it into Lee, but nice steal there by.
So now the Rangers have that chance for the momentum.
There's 5 seconds left to go in here in the quarter. Dean's going to take the three-pointer from the wing, can't get it to go.
So no blood?
No blood. And the St. Thomas More Cavaliers probably feel pretty good being down 6 points, like we said. 4 minutes left to go in the second quarter there. Hill City had gone up 10. Hill City's got to be happy with the way they
held
played
them
that
to 6 points
quarter.
there,
Held
right?
them to 6 points there, and they had a pretty good offensive output. Knocked down some shots here, and so we'll compile some stats here, take a quick break, be back with some maybe updates from other games and our mediocre analysis.
We'll see you in about 3 minutes.
loved playing high school sports growing up. And it's fun being a fan now, don't get me wrong, but sitting in the stands feels like I'm missing out on all the action, you know? I wanted to get back in the game, so I signed up to be a high school official. It takes me back to my playing days. I'm supporting students, and I get paid to make the big calls. Do you want to see the game up close? Sign up to become an official in South Dakota at highschoolofficials.com.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
School sports are played by humans, coached by humans, and officiated by humans. So the next time you're sitting in the stands at a school athletic event, please remember this and maintain your humanity, especially when it comes to judging and critiquing athletes, coaches, and officials. Please show your fellow humans some respect. They'll appreciate your empathy.
This message presented by the SDHSAA and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in South Dakota because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
All right, welcome back here. Just 4 minutes till we tip off the second half in a really good, fun basketball game. 21-15, the Rangers over the Cavaliers right now. Just some
really like we thought it would be a good tight ball game. I mean, the Rangers got out to that 10-point lead, and we knew that the Cavaliers weren't going to let them run away. And so I think that's going to be like that here the whole second half. What do you got for?
Yeah, good balanced scoring for both teams. 6 girls in the scoring column for STM. Nobody really standing out dominating. It's just really good balance, and it's Lee with 4, Kessler with 4, and then Hyde 2, Gilton 2, Henry 2, and Donnelly 1. Again, big advantage at the free throw line for STM. They're being aggressive, attacking the hoop, and Hill City probably needs to adjust to the refereeing and back off a little bit, not pressure so far away from the hoop.
Yeah, and what do we got for the Rangers?
Yeah, good balance scoring for the Rangers. Elena Dean with 5, Lily Ross with 5, and then 3 for Abby Cutler, Maggie Taylor, Nia Ginsbaugh, and 2 for Anna Dean.
Yeah, so interesting there. You see Maggie Taylor with just 3 points here. If you would have said Maggie Taylor's only going to have 3 points in the first half, I think probably most people would say St. Thomas More are probably going to have the lead there. You got to give credit to the rest of the Hill City girls right now, really stepping up and taking some of that scoring load that Maggie usually kind of puts on her shoulders.
Yeah, I just wrote down house money, and I feel like if you're Hill City, you feel like you're playing with house money because Maggie Taylor only has 3 points. Now, on the flip side, you knew Coach Candlin was going to throw a lot of different defense at her. Hill City has to probably find a way to get her going. I mean, the other girls have really stepped up and carried the load, and that's how you win a game like this. But they need to find a way to probably get Maggie Taylor going.
Absolutely, and then the other thing that the Rangers need to be aware of is they've got some key girls in foul trouble right now. Abby Cutler was 3, Lily Ross with 2. And then on the Cavaliers side, the one thing that I think that they've done really nice offensively, and we kind of alluded to that, was their post. The way the posts play off of each other offensively, do a real nice job of finding each other on those high lows, those post entries, kind of post to post. They've got 2 girls that are pretty big. You know, Hill City's obviously got Maggie Taylor, who's bigger than both of them, but the 2 of them combined are doing a nice job down there.
Yeah, I actually wrote down dribble penetration. I feel like STM has done a nice job of breaking down Hill City's guards, getting to the hoop. Then when the help side comes, they have their head up and they just find the open pass. They've gotten probably, I'd say, 6 of their 15 points off of plays like that where they draw the help and they kick. And So
yeah, it's interesting because I think Hill City's done a really good job defensively when the ball handlers aren't going anywhere, right? But then immediately when those St. Thomas More Cavaliers have chosen to dribble to the basket, they've gotten a chance to get around our defender and, like you said, either get to the bucket or find the assist.
Yeah, and it's youth basketball 101, but most of the time they're going to their right-hand side too. So they're dribbling to their right. You know, you want to get on that hip and push them to their weak hand. So
yeah, well, about a minute to go here before we get going. Both teams back on the court.
Yeah, kind
here.
of funny also is that, you know, there was 2 minutes on the clock before halftime and neither team was out here. So both coaches are, you know, in the locker room coaching their teams up, and it's going to be a fun 16 minutes of basketball. I think if you're Coach Candlin, what are you saying?
Like I said, I think he's liking where he's at right now after they were down 10. They did a real nice job in the second half of that second quarter to claw back into the ball game. They're going to start with this half with possession of the basketball and have a chance to even edge closer there. So, you know, it's one of those things. Like we said, St. Thomas More probably a slight underdog tonight. So they feel like they're playing with no pressure, and the closer and closer they can get, obviously the more pressure shifts to Hill City.
Yeah, and if I'm either coach, I'm saying rebound the basketball. I think the team that wins the battle of the boards in the second half might be the team that comes out on top. So here we go, getting ready for the second half. Again, if you're just joining us, thank you so much. We are live from Hill City, South Dakota. This is Coach Ginn's court, and we have a dandy between STM and Hill City, and there's Strand guarded by Anna Dean.
Three-pointer put on. Can't get it to go, that three-pointer by Hyde, and Maggie Taylor with the rebound. So kind of interesting. We talked about the two big girls in the post, and they come out right away, and Hyde shoots a three-pointer, can't get it to go. And now the Rangers come down into their offensive set here. Look like they're really trying to do a
4 out, 1 in, just moving
to try
the
to
ball.
get the ball into Maggie Taylor. The Cavaliers doing a nice job of kind of taking that away. And here's right there, just a little bit late, but they were still able to complete the pass. If Lily would have saw that just a split second earlier, I think Maggie Taylor would have had a layup there, but they do pick up the foul on the play. That foul is going to go against 21 Lee.
So that's the first foul on Lee, and I don't know if you can see that at home, but the Rangers just really, really making an effort to pound the ball inside. 4 out, 1 in, and they're just moving it around. And again, you can see the Cavaliers, they call that a tagger, right? So the help side is there just to tag Maggie Taylor. So watch Lee here. She slides over to help, and it's going to pick up her second foul on this possession.
Yeah, there's that dribble drive that we talked about on the Cavaliers side. Actually, Elena Dean has done a nice job tonight a few times when she's chosen to drive that ball to the basket, made a layup on the other end and gets the foul, gets to the free throw line here on this end this time.
Yeah, dribble with a purpose. Too often we see high school players just dribble without a purpose. Elena Dean straight line to the hoop there. Gets fouled, go to the line to shoot two.
First free throw is going to be deep there. That's second foul on Lee. She came into the second half with no fouls and picks up 2 quick here in the first minute. So Elena Dean's second free throw is also going to be deep, but Maggie Taylor with the rebound there. It's going to be blocked on the play by Lee, so really nice defense there after giving up that offensive rebound. That foul is going to be called on Anna Dean, and that whistle almost feels like a whistle that the officials are saying, okay, we're going to call this second half a little bit closer with on-the-ball defense, so we'll have to see if the Rangers are aware of that here in the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, 2 fouls on Dean now, and the Rangers run a up screen, or excuse me, the Cavaliers, and Strand has the ball up top. Kessler spends a lot of time in the offense with the ball in her hand. High post shot's going to be no good, and it's going to stay here. And really good hustle by Hyde. You know, Ross maybe was a step slow to box out, and Hyde attacking that thing and is able to keep possession on this end of the court.
Yeah, that time looked like Lee, her first look was to look to try to pass that high-low to Hyde, and Maggie Taylor kind of stayed back. That three-pointer is going to be deep, and Maggie Taylor runs down that long rebound. Anyway, then she had the open shot and just kind of didn't look like she was quite ready to shoot it from the elbow there.
Yeah, Maggie Taylor's third rebound here in the second half already, so she's really being aggressive on the glass, and they just kind of throw it up to her, and that's going to be 3 fouls now on Lee if that's who they end up calling it on. And Probably not the best post entry
Yeah,
that time.
that was a 1-on-4, and that was one where Maggie Taylor just said, well, I'm going to go get the basketball, and she was able to do that. And that is the third foul on Lee here just in the first minute 40 of the second quarter. Taylor's free throw is up and good, so the first point here in the second half.
Yeah, and don't you feel like the Rangers kind of needed that bucket to go in there, that free throw, just to see one go in, calm the nerves. It's almost like starting the game over again. And
that can't get that one to go. And Elena Dean hustle. That ball is going to be, looks like on the line there was Strand fighting for that basketball, so Hill City will retain possession. Yeah, and Lee does come out of the ball game now. Donnelly's going to check in for her.
Yeah, really good hustle play there by both teams, right, Josh? And Maggie Taylor and Hyde going for it. And Hyde was just on the line, so they throw it up to Taylor again. And good aggressive move, but she lost the ball on the way. So Kessler has the ball, and the Cavaliers coming back the other way. 22-15, Rangers scrambling to match up.
Yeah, and the Cavaliers get their offensive set ready here. Ball comes into Hyde. Hyde's going to take the shot, and she gets it to go. So nice shot there by Hyde. Maggie Taylor kind of just playing back, and Hyde made her pay with a nice 15-foot jump shot. Nice cut by Lily Ross, and good look by Elena Dean. Ross is able to get that left-handed layup to go. And there's going to be a timeout called here by Brandon Candelin early in the second half. 5:42 left to play in the third quarter. Rangers lead by 7, 24-17.
Yeah, good shot there by Hyde. I don't know if you could notice that, Josh, but they were trying to post up Anna Dean. So I think Maggie sagged back a little bit in case they were doing that post entry. That gave Hyde 5-6 feet just to knock down that elbow jumper. But good job by the Rangers coming back the other way, being active in the half-court offense. Lily Ross, good baseline cut. Layup up and good, and that's a hard shot because she didn't have an angle to use the backboard.
She actually used her left hand from the right-hand side to kind of create that angle, but I think that was kind of created. The Rangers have come out in this third quarter really intentional about trying to get the ball to Maggie Taylor. And that time that opened up that space for Lily Ross to be able to make that cut to the rim and have that space there that wasn't there in the first half.
Yeah, Coach Candelin called a quick timeout there. What's he talking about?
Well, I think he's happy, right? We made a shot, but I think he's really frustrated. That's that thing where you make a good play and then the other team comes right down the court and scores. It kind of negates all the, the start of the momentum that you can have. So I'm sure he's talking to him about, hey, we've got to keep guarding no matter what happens. So
yeah, and I'd be interested to see what they do defensively on the next possession. So here we go. The Cavaliers bring the ball this way, and Henry unguarded. Looks like the Rangers go to a zone, but not everybody knows they're playing zone.
Yeah, I think they're in that. Well,
Now they're
figuring out. Yep, they're in 2-3 zone.
Yeah, 4 of the 5 were playing zone, and one was that sometimes can confuse a team. Henry shot on the way, good shot by her. She had.
You could tell right from this angle here that one was right on line. Henry knocked it down, so kind of made the Rangers pay for going to that 2-3 zone there out of the timeout.
So you can see, Kessler there. She read that right away, and that's not a real great feed. If you're a Ranger, you want to move the ball, make the defense rotate a little bit.
Yeah, and it's one of those things when you look and you look and you look. Obviously, the defense all sees that you're looking at that, so they did a real nice job of being able to defend that and steal the ball away here.
Yeah, they found
Kessler gets right to the rim. That dribble drive, like you've been talking about, so brings the Cavaliers to within 2 points here. Nice run by the Cavs. Dean can't get that one to go. Going to be a travel called when Lily Ross tried to possess that basketball and she fell over, lifted up her pivot foot. So that ball will go over to the Cavaliers. Now the Rangers are going to call a timeout, try to stop the momentum here by the Cavaliers. Made a nice three-pointer and then got a steal and came the other way. That dribble drive, 5 quick points for the Cavaliers to bring them to within 2 points here.
Yeah, I like that timeout by Coach Eckert here saying, on the offensive end, just have some patience, move the ball around, make the defense move a little bit. At halftime, we were as guilty as anybody because we were just saying, the Rangers probably want to feed it into Maggie Taylor. And there's such a fine line between really being aggressive and then forcing it.
Absolutely. I think it's good to get her in the post and to look at that every time. But obviously, if it's not there, you've got to move the ball around, find that good angle because Maggie's going to keep moving down in that post and reposting and find that better passing angle. So,
big shot down here by Anna Dean to kind of stem the momentum. And then Sloan Kessler, tough finish. But again, going back to her right-hand side, we talked about that. If you're a Hill City Ranger, steer them to their weak hand. So a chance to tie or even take the lead if you're the Cavaliers. So Kessler bringing the ball down the court, guarded by Elena Dean, and Elena is steering Kessler to her left there.
Donnelly possesses the basketball now, guarded by Ross, and Donnelly's trying to get the ball on that dribble drive. That looks like that's going to be off of the Cavaliers, so turn the ball over. Nice defense there by Lily Ross to cut off that dribble drive by Donnelly and create the turnover.
So if you're the Rangers, you probably shouldn't be surprised that STM has, come back a little bit. They're a good team, and they're going to battle for 4 quarters, and you have a chance to get that momentum back here.
Yeah, that's going to be a block. She tried to slide in and take the charge, but unfortunately, if you're a Cavalier fan, she just was kind of slid underneath Maggie Taylor. I think if she would have stood her ground instead of sliding, having more opportunity to possibly get that foul called.
You bet. Elevator screen to the side for Ross. Long skip pass. Yeah, and the Rangers almost they need to knock down a shot. They lived by the three-pointer in the first half and had a lot of success doing that. And
going to be a travel on the play, I think. Yep. Just lifted up that pivot foot, kind of got the ball stuck on her hands there before she was able to go up. Causes the turnover. So, yeah, I'd like to see the Rangers obviously keep trying to look to that, but they can still dribble drive when Maggie Taylor's in the post there. Kessler guarded by Dean.
It's interesting with Donnelly. They're really trying to post up and go high-low. Taylor with another rebound, but she draws a little bit of defense, and now the Rangers look to run, and Lily Ross will organize the Rangers. So
Dean to Dean. Back to Ross. Yeah, that time they reversed the basketball, or they didn't reverse it. They swung the basketball to the wing and created that angle for that post entry like we were talking about. So that was a nice post entry. Maggie Taylor wasn't able to convert, but she drew the foul, right? So there's 5 team fouls now in the quarter. 3:07 left to play, so the Rangers will be shooting 2 for the rest of the quarter here.
First one on the way is good for Maggie, and that makes Maggie 3 of 5 at the free throw line tonight and gives her 5 points here to go along with her 7 or 8 rebounds.
Yeah, and that's 3 fouls on Kessler also. So both Kessler and Lee now with 3 fouls for the Cavaliers as they get into a little bit of foul trouble. Taylor knocks down the second here, so the Rangers back up 4 points, 26-22. 3 minutes left to play here in the third quarter.
Henry moves the ball to Hyde. Hyde takes a look, and then Donnelly now guarded real closely by Anna Dean. And Kessler's going to just center the basketball, screen and roll.
Nice job by Dean there. And good cut. Oh, just can't get it. Just can't make the connection. Anna Henry kind of cut in the back of the defense there, and there was a nice find, but she just couldn't quite get the pass. And that
she definitely had a step, and it's just couldn't corral that pass. So here comes the Rangers back the other way.
Now the Rangers have gone back to their shuffle set, it looks like here. Elena Dean shoots the shot, can't get it to go.
Good box out there by Hyde away from the ball, keeping Maggie Taylor on the rim, and good job by Abby Cutler. As that play was progressing, Josh, I just in my brain was thinking, I bet Abby runs to a spot and takes a charge. She's done that all year.
Yeah, and Riley Gilton in the first half, she was really intentional about those straight line drives, and you just kind of knew that she was looking to take the ball to the basket, and obviously Abby Cutler knew the same thing, was able to get to the spot and take that charge.
Yeah, so we talked about some of those momentum plays. Taking a charge is definitely one of those. We'll see if the Rangers can build on that momentum as they run kind of a loop action and skip the ball around.
Get the ball into Taylor. She skips it over to Ross. Ross with the three-pointer. Can't get it to go, but Abby Cutler comes down with the rebound for the Rangers. Oof, that's kind of a tough pass there. That ball's going to be out of bounds off of Maggie Taylor. Yeah, the Rangers have You feel like they know they want to get the ball into Taylor, but they're just being a little bit too, forcing it to her a little bit too much right now.
Yep, good point. So the Rangers picking up full court man-to-man defense now, so the ball will come into Kessler. I kind of like this, trying to get something going, make your defense create some offense. They're really struggling in the half court, and that's a credit to Brandon Candelin's STM defense.
Yeah, so Lee back into the ball game now with 3 points. Gilton's going to take the three-pointer, and she gets that to go. Brings the Cavalier to within 1 point here with that three-pointer. Rangers lead now by 26-25 with 1:30 left to play here in the third quarter. Lily Ross, guarded by Kessler, over to Anna Dean. Elena Dean centers the ball back to Anna Dean. Cutler's going to take the three, can't get it to go. But Taylor rebounds the basketball for the Rangers. Going to be a foul called on Riley Gilton. That's going to send Anna Dean to the free throw line to shoot a pair.
Yeah, that's 2 fouls now on Riley Gilton, and that play kept alive Maggie Taylor with the long rebound. Now the Rangers, Josh, the last couple possessions have gotten second chance opportunities on long rebounds. There's so much, attention to Maggie in the post that some of those long rebounds are going to the Ranger guards.
Anna Dean knocks down the first free throw. It looks like Nia Ginsbaugh is going to check into the ball game, but she'll be checking into the ball game for Anna Dean here. Second free throw, also good for Dean.
Rangers 5 out of 7 at the free throw line this quarter. Only 1 field goal in the quarter for the Rangers. So Cavaliers doing a good job guarding the perimeter, but the Rangers are going to the line.
Yeah, so Kessler guarded by Dean here. Lee guarded by Taylor.
Gilton, really aggressive take, followed by Lee, who will go to the line. It's going to be a foul, looks like, on Lily Ross. We'll see. Yep, it is Lily Ross. That's going to be 3 on Ross, the senior for the Rangers. That whole play started again with Riley Gilton, a good hard drive to the hoop.
Yeah, Lee goes to the free throw line. First free throw, rims out. Now Riley Weiss is going to check into the ball game. She'll check in for Lily Ross, who just picked up her third foul here. Lee's second free throw is good. Rangers run the sideline break here. Cavaliers do a nice job of getting back and defending that. Abby Cutler guarded by Gilton. Over to Dean, who's guarded by Henry.
Yeah, you see Maggie flash to the high post, trying to run the shuffle cut. Ginsbaugh cuts off that, then followed by Riley Weiss. And Rangers rip the ball over. Taylor shot, no good. There's a hustle play. It's going to be a foul on Riley Weiss, it looks like.
Yeah, that foul will be the third team foul on the Rangers. Weiss's second foul. So Cavaliers now, shot clock off. 26 seconds left to play here in the third quarter. Trail the Rangers by 2, so they'll have a chance to get a 2-pointer to tie the game or make a 3 to take the lead by 1 here if they want to play for the last shot. Lee guarded by Taylor. That 3-pointer on the way, and that goes. 3-pointer by Hyde puts the Cavaliers up by 1 point. First time they've led in this ball game for quite some time. Maggie Taylor's going to put up the long 3-pointer. That shot is short. That'll turn the ball over to the Cavaliers here with 0.5 seconds left to go in the third quarter. All right, so after 3, the Cavaliers take the lead on that 3-pointer to end the third. They're up 29-28. Like you said, in that quarter, the Rangers only 1 field goal. So if you're a Ranger fan, obviously you want to try to find a way to get some buckets, right? They got to the free throw line. They were able to convert there, but need to pick up on the offense. And they did a nice job on the Cavaliers defensively in the beginning of that third quarter, but then the Cavaliers really picked it up there in the last probably 2 minutes of that quarter.
Yeah, and it's kind of the opposite of, so the Rangers in the first quarter shot the ball really well, right? Knocked down some big 3-pointers. In the third quarter, the Cavaliers knocked down 3 big three-pointers. Hyde hit the one there to give them the lead, but Gilton knocked one down, and then Henry early on. So a lot of momentum on behalf of the Cavaliers, but it's kind of what we expected in a game like this, isn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, basically, we're at essentially a tie ball game here. 1-point lead for the Cavaliers. Still anybody's ball game, and we said it at the beginning of the broadcast. We've said it in the first, second, and third quarter. We think it's going to come right down to it, and it's sure looking like it.
It's the best time of the year, though, isn't it? Playoff
Absolutely.
basketball in
Playoff
South
basketball,
Dakota.
like you said, there's seniors on both teams here that could be playing in their last high school basketball game. Obviously, the team that loses here is done for the season, so a lot of basketball here on the line this fourth quarter.
All right, so this is how we'll start the fourth quarter. Dean to Ross, Taylor, Dean, and Cutler for the Rangers. Ball moves around the perimeter. Really kind of a big 2-minute sequence here for the Rangers. You know, all the momentum is on the side of the Cavaliers, and we'll have a foul away from the ball. That's going to be on 13, Strand. So that's her first foul. It's the first foul of the fourth quarter. Again, if you get to 5 fouls, it's a double bonus. So screen and roll action between Taylor and Dean. Really good defense here by the Cavaliers. Nice positioning, and Lee slides over, and Taylor moves the ball. 15 on the shot clock. Still plenty of time if you're the Rangers. Look at that, 5 girls in the paint for STM.
Yeah, and that's what the Rangers need to do there. Nice drive by Lily Ross. She can't get it to go. Rebounded by Taylor. She can't get it to go, and now the Cavaliers come down with the basketball.
Yeah, big defensive possession there by the Cavaliers. Nice job. They dodged the bullet as Taylor isn't able to get it going. So Henry over to Hyde, back up top to Kessler. Ball fakes and goes, and pretty good defense there by Dean to push her here to the weak side, and Henry gets back to her right hand.
10 seconds here left on the shot. Kessler centers the basketball. She sees that's coming. Going to be a screen and roll. Kessler's shot is on the way, going to be short. Nice rebound there by Maggie
what a
Taylor.
play by Maggie Taylor. She contests the shot 15 feet away and then sprints to go get the ball. So nice job by her. 25 here on the shot clock, and neither team scored. Minute and a half into the fourth quarter.
Rangers dribble the ball around the perimeter. Abby Cutler over to Anna Dean. Dean gets the ball to the 15-foot range there. Can't get that shot to go, and rebounded by the Cavaliers. Hyde. Strand gets the ball over to Henry.
Good show there by Lily Ross to send Henry back, and then she recovers. So now Lee has the ball, surveys the floor. Strand rips through, guarded by Dean. 10 on the clock. There's Lee. Hyde hit the 3 at the end of the quarter.
Strand gets the ball into the paint, can't get it to go, and Elena Dean comes down with the rebound here for the Rangers. So no score by either teams here in the fourth quarter. Right there, that's where it looked like maybe you had that post option, and Elena Dean didn't see it. The Rangers
you see
the ball around
Henry
the
there. And on the weak side, you know, Josh, you'd like to see the Rangers cutting and moving without the ball. Good feed. And so that's going to be 4 fouls now, it looks like, on Lee. And that should send Maggie Taylor to the
free throw line. She'll shoot a pair here. That's the 4th foul on Lee. Second team foul on the Cavaliers.
So Taylor goes to the line. She has 6 points tonight, only 1 field goal, which is a pretty rare feat. Good job by the Cavaliers to really show a lot of attention to her, but she gets the first one to go, and that ties the game up at 29-29. Low-scoring game, but it's been really a good defensive battle, hasn't it?
A fun game to watch. A lot of times you see these defensive games don't seem like they're really fun to watch, but this game has been that. So misses the second. Ball game is tied up here, 29-29. 5 minutes, just over 5 minutes left to play here in the fourth quarter. It's going to be an offensive foul called, looks like. Offensive foul on Hyde. Lily Ross thought that was on her, but they actually called the offensive foul, just pushing off to try to make that space. So that's going to turn the ball over to the Rangers here.
Yeah, that'll be 3 team fouls now on STM. So Coach Candlin's letting the referee know that, that's 3 for us and 0 for the Rangers. So the ball will be inbounded to Abby Cutler. Over to Lily Ross. Rangers back to that shuffle cut action as Maggie Taylor gets a high post. She's so good at passing out of that, and Lily Ross cuts in there, and that's what the Rangers need to do, is be active on offense. Elena Dean shot no good.
Nice rebound by Taylor, but gets the ball out to Abby Cutler, and she can't get the shot to go, so the Cavaliers come down with the basketball here. Kessler?
I do like that the Rangers are being aggressive on offense, though, don't you?
Absolutely.
You have to take those shots.
They were not doing that in the third quarter, and I think they have to take those shots, right? Otherwise, there's just too much attention and pressure on Maggie. Nice back cut there by Hyde. Kessler with the ball in the corner. There's going to be a timeout called. That's one. If you're going to get trapped in the corner, you want to be trapped right beside your bench, because the coach can see that and call that timeout, because it's not a good place to get trapped. So the Cavaliers take a timeout here. 4:21 left to play in the fourth quarter. 9 seconds left on the shot clock, so we'll see what Coach Candlin draws up here. We got a really exciting one, 29-29 here, almost halfway through the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and so for most of the game, STM has had a ton of success with dribble penetration, dribble drive. The last play, I don't know if you saw, they ran 2 back screens, and they had options on both of them. So coming out of the sideline, out of bounds, look for some sort of back screen if they can get something going to the hoop, just as a thought. Now, Hill City, twice out of a timeout, has switched over to a 2-3 zone, so that might be something that Hill City looks at doing.
Yeah, we'll see
with 9 seconds.
Underneath the basket. They haven't tended to go to the 2-3, but they might. This ball is going to be inbounded from the deep corner, not right underneath the basket, where you can kind of run those set plays that you have drawn up. They don't work quite as well when you inbound that ball from the deep corner here. So
yeah, we talk about it a lot that you don't run a lot of practice set plays from the deep corner. Typically, you run it right underneath the hoop for your baseline out of bounds play. And as we switch the camera to a different angle, you're going to see that it's a little. Well, it's not quite as deep.
Yeah, actually,
it's the mid. They moved it in.
They did move it in. So it
because he called timeout where the cheerleaders were.
Right.
So STM gets the ball in, 8 seconds, 7. Strand, hard dribble. Kessler, she's so good going to her right hand. Nice play. Gets a shot, and it's going to be a foul at the shot clock. And that, Kessler, excuse me. It was Kessler. Started that whole play with a good dribble. Again, we talked about if you're Hill City, why do you let him get back to the right hand? But she does, and she's
right. She made a nice pass to Lee, and Lee was able to get the shot up. There's going to be a foul called on Maggie Taylor, her first of the game. That's only the first team foul on the Rangers this quarter. Lee can't get the first one to go, but she'll have a second free throw here.
Yeah, Lee having a nice game tonight, 5 points. She's 1 out of 3 at the free throw line, make it 2 out of 4. Good shooter's touch there to let it stick around. So one point lead here for the Cavs.
Yep, Abby Cutler brings the ball into the front court for the Rangers. Dean up to Ross, over to Maggie Taylor. Over to Abby Cutler. Really nice defense there by Hyde. That one was just forced to Taylor there. The Cavaliers doing a real nice job at triple teaming Maggie Taylor.
And
they
just
center the basketball.
The sureness of the basketball with the Cavaliers. They haven't had a lot of turnovers, and the Rangers typically can turn teams over. They play really good pressure defense, and the Cavalier guard play has been really good tonight, and that ball is going to be tipped away by Anna Dean. It's going to stay here underneath for the Cavs. 10 on the clock. Nia Ginsbaugh checks into the game for Abby Cutler.
Yeah, so we'll see what the Cavaliers run here. They're going to get the inbound there from the more traditional inbound position.
Here's that third player around that they try to run, and they...
Yeah, Hyde gets fouled by Nia Ginsbaugh. Got the ball right underneath the basketball there. Nia just kind of lowered her hand. She's going to send Hyde to the free throw line to shoot a pair here.
You bet. Right call. We talk about the rule of verticality. You're entitled to go straight up. It looked like maybe Nia was coming down just a tad bit, and Hyde played right up through that, so she draws a foul. First one on the way is up and good, and that gives Hyde 8 points tonight, so she is the leading scorer for the Cavaliers, and actually the leading scorer in the ball game tonight with just 8 points.
Second one going to be short, and Elena Dean boxes out the shooter that time. She comes down with the rebound, looking to push. See, Good defense by the Cavaliers. Forced the Rangers to back the ball out. Lily Ross centers the ball to Elena Dean. Now they're running that shuffle set here.
Yeah, it's worth noting again, Josh, through 12 minutes of basketball in the fourth quarter, the Rangers have not scored a field goal and still have not scored a field goal. So really good defense by the Cavaliers. And, you know, if you're a Ranger fan, you'd like to have that one back, but they're so much pressure on Maggie there. So
3 minutes left to play, under 3 minutes left to play now. Cavaliers with a 2-point lead and the basketball. Henry with the basketball, guarded by Ross.
Yeah, good cut by Hyde. She circled all the way around. That's kind of like that shuffle cut the Rangers run, trying to get it into Hyde. Rangers' first transition opportunity here. Good decision by Dean, just slow it up.
I think she kind of lost possession of the basketball and was able to regain it. Luckily, if you're a Ranger fan. Now they try to get the post entry to Nia Ginsbaugh.
Yeah, a little different there. They try to post up Ginsbaugh. Really not a bad idea, though. If Maggie Taylor's going to be your decoy and draw all that attention, get somebody else a shot down on the block.
Cavaliers have done a real nice job of guarding the weak side of that post up, and they did a nice job there, even though it wasn't Taylor.
Yeah, and that's where the Rangers probably have to. What a shot by Nia Ginsbaugh.
Big shot by Nia Ginsbaugh to knock down the three-pointer here and gives the Ranger a 1-point lead now with 2:09 left to play in the ball game. Kessler, guarded by Dean, going to be a offensive foul called on Henry, I believe, down on the block.
Yeah, that's 3 fouls now on Henry, it looks like, and that's going to be foul number 4 on STM. So the next one will send the Rangers to the free throw line. A lot of basketball left, though, here, Josh. 2 minutes, 5 seconds. Many possessions here.
Yeah, Coach Henry discussing that call with the official. Not sure what happened down there. Coach Candlin, I'm sorry. Must have had 2 hands on Ross and pushed off, just trying to get open there. So the Rangers will take over possession of the basketball here. Under 2 minutes left to go. Rangers lead by 1, 32-31.
Yeah, Rangers run a shuffle here in a UCLA. They stagger away for Elena Dean. Sorry to cut you off. Just I get excited when there's a good set play like that.
Yeah, and the Cavaliers just, there's where you want a post entry. It can't get that one to go, but gets the second one. Gets her own offensive rebound, and I think that might be 5 fouls on Lee.
Yeah, and take a moment, give Lee kudos. She had a really nice game. She's a senior for the St. Thomas More Cavaliers, and you know, if you're a Ranger fan, you're excited. Maggie Taylor scores and gets to go to the line for a 3-point play, but don't lose in the moment that, you know, Lee had a really nice game. And
she's done a really nice job defensively on Maggie Taylor, and offensively too, had really nice impact on the ball game. So Maggie Taylor with a chance at a 3-point play here. Goes to the free throw line, can't get the shot to go.
And now the Cavaliers look to run. Good defense there to stop the ball. And yeah, you know, that's tough. Anna Dean gets a foul there, and you know, you're a long ways from the hoop. You'd like to see her just maybe shadow the basketball. Really good job by Henry, though. She had poise. You know, Josh, when we were coaching, we would say pivot, protect, don't panic, and she did not panic there. So a 3-point game, 1.5 minutes left to go. Does it get any better than this?
Absolutely not. Kessler to inbound the basketball here.
What I really like is that your microphone's cutting out, and I feel like the spotlight's on me. Gilton, good hard drive. Shot on the way is no good. And there's Maggie Taylor, the senior, with the big rebound.
Yeah, Maggie Taylor with the rebound. Going to be a timeout called here by Coach Eckert. 3-point lead for the Rangers with 1:17 left.
Yeah, so the Rangers call a timeout. They're going to talk it over. It's going to be a sideline inbounds play, and I'm sure if you're Coach Eckert, she's saying, be sure with the basketball, right? I think it's too early. I don't think the Cavaliers are going to come out and foul quite yet. What do you think?
Not yet. I mean, with 5 team fouls here, 5 team fouls, you don't want to put the Rangers on the line yet. Obviously, if they only had under 5 fouls, they'd be really aggressive, trying to make that steal. You obviously got to play aggressive enough to try to make a steal, but I don't foul yet.
Nope.
I mean, even if you run the shot clock down and the Rangers take a shot and miss it, you still have 45 seconds left to play in the ball game.
Especially since you're already at 5 fouls. No need to foul this early on. If you're the Rangers, I think if you're STM, you're saying we've played really good defense. That was the second field goal we've given up in the entire second half, right?
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's no need to panic here. No need to put them at the free throw line. Now, on the flip side, if you're the Rangers, be aggressive. I mean, Maggie Taylor's going to have 4 defenders guarding her. One of the guards on the weak side has to step into it and knock a shot down.
Yeah, and if you're the Rangers, you want to be very sure with the basketball, right? I'm sure you want to try to take the time down if you can. I don't think you take the air out of the basketball, right? You're only up 1 possession.
Yep.
You're still looking to score if you have it, but you want
All
to
right,
be
back
very
to action here. Sorry. I wasn't sure Landon was getting to that here. Crunch time. Oh, no, and that's a good play there by
Henry.
Henry.
Can't get it to go, but then Donnelly with the offensive rebound, and she's fouled, will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair here. So, boy, if you're a Cavalier fan, that's exactly what you want. The Rangers try to inbound the basketball. Cavaliers get a steal, go the other way. They miss the layup, and really nice hustle by Donnelly to follow the play. She's able to get the offensive rebound. She gets fouled and goes to the free throw line to shoot a pair now.
Yeah, what a great hustle play by Donnelly to follow the play and not give up on it. And she'll go to the line. First one is up and good. Donnelly knocks down. Donnelly, she's gotten to the line. This is be her 6th free throw of the night. So 34-32, minute 12 left to go. It's been a fun game. Thank you for joining us live here from Coach Ginn Court in Hill City. Make it a 1-point game.
Yeah, and Elena Dean's going to bring the ball up the court now. Guarded by Anna Henry. Gets it over to Anna Dean. Over to Lily Ross. Rangers, they're starting 5 on the basketball court here. Elena Dean gets the ball into Maggie Taylor. It's going to be a block. So Maggie Taylor will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair here with the 5 team fouls.
Yeah, and I think that's the right call, don't you? I mean, she was in good position, but as soon as you reach, that's kind of a trigger to the referee to call that foul.
If Henry would have just kind of kept her hands up, I think it could have been an offensive foul there. But when you get your hands down and reaching, normally that foul will go on the defense. So Maggie Taylor steps up and knocks the first free throw down. The Rangers lead by 2 now. Under a minute to go here in the 4th quarter.
Gives Maggie 10 points tonight for the Rangers. So another double-double for the senior going to Drake University next year and make it 11. So Coach Eckert is going to call timeout and talk it over. Set her defense, I guess.
Yeah.
3-point game, 36-33.
Yeah, I think set her defense and probably just talk to the girls about making sure that they're aware of the situation, right? We're up 3. You don't want a kid that's in the moment not to realize what's going on. You've seen something happen where you're up by 3 points and a player fouls just because they're not aware. Yep. So a good opportunity for Coach Eckert to, settle the troops down, make sure they're aware of the situation, what you're trying to do for this last 53 seconds.
Yeah, the only bad thing with calling a timeout is that you give Coach Candlin a really, really good, like we said, Hall of Fame level coach an opportunity to draw up a play. I still think if you're STM, you attack the rim. You're looking for the best shot. There's a lot of possessions left in this game. I'm not too worried about trying to get a 3 this early in the 4th quarter.
Absolutely. In fact, I'd like to play for 2 because it almost – so a timeout called here by Candlin. Maybe that was a 30-second timeout called, and he was only partway done drawing up the play and wanted to make sure the St. Thomas Cavaliers understand what he wants them to do on that side of the basketball.
Well, I think what threw him off is they actually double-teamed the guard there. They came out full court man-to-man. They hadn't really showed that look in a while, and with the ball being inbounded where it was, he didn't want to have a turnover.
Yeah,
so again, the STM doesn't have any seniors on the floor right now. So they're playing all their younger kids, and he probably wanted another 30 seconds to talk it over, don't you think?
Yeah, so now both teams just have 1 timeout left, so could come and be a factor here at the end of the ball game. We'll see what happens with this chess match. Does Coach Anna Eckert have her team come out with that same look where they double team the inbounder, or do they try to switch it up here after, Coach Candlin is thinking that might be the look?
Right. Go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, before that happened, I like actually here, go down and get the 2-point basket. You're down 1, and you kind of put the pressure back on the team that's up 1 when you can't get, run the shot clock all the way down to 0. So I think they obviously, if they get an open 3, they're going to take it, but probably play for the the best two-pointer that you can get here.
Absolutely, and if I would have told you that only 2 field goals have been made the whole fourth quarter, you'd think it's a boring game. But I tell you what, this place is electric right now. Again, thank you for joining us. STM looking to go 94 feet down 3 with 53 seconds to go, and Kessler will bring the ball up the court.
Yeah, Kessler guarded by Dean. Dean's been guarding Kessler all night. Really good ball handler, Kessler, for the St. Thomas More Cavaliers. And yeah, it looks like they almost try to get Kessler posted up. Henry guarded by Anna Dean.
Good move by Hyde to catch the ball and corral it.
Get it to go.
And it looks like STM's going to foul. That's going to be on Donley.
Yeah, and that was, I think, right there, Coach Candlin has his team coached up there, right? If we don't make the basket, we want to foul right away to preserve time. I've seen times, when teams don't quite know what the situation is or haven't been maybe coached exactly what the coach wants them to do. So nice job there by the Cavaliers to get the foul quick.
Yeah, you're 100% right, Josh.
Put Maggie Taylor to the free throw line here.
Yep, so Maggie will go to the line to shoot 2 here. These are a couple big free throws. First one on the way. Barring a foul, makes it a 2-possession game. So Maggie's had a really strong fourth quarter at the free throw line. Has 6 points, so she's doubled up what she had coming in. She has 12 for the game. Make it 13.
That Maggie thought that one was short, but it went off the front of the rim, and she got the nice shooter roll. The Hill City Rangers up by 5 now with 25 seconds.
STM's going to want to go early here, and if you're Hill City, keep the ball on the perimeter. Really good defense there by Elena Dean. Shot on the way is no good. Good follow by Gilton. And that one is going to go, and it's going to be a timeout. Good rebound by Gilton to get it to go.
Yeah, so the Rangers lead by 3 now. Nice offensive rebound by Gilton, and then she gets the shot to go. Good use of the timeout there, of course, by Brandon Candlin. If the timeout wouldn't have been taken, Hill City almost could have run the clock out, not even had to inbound the basketball. So 8.6 seconds left to go here. What are you saying if you're Coach Candlin right now?
I think you're saying, hey, we have to deny the inbound pass. If we don't deny, if we aren't able to get a steal, foul immediately.
Yeah, you foul absolutely right away. And we'll see what the Rangers draw up here. Obviously, Cavaliers are going to be up. They're going to be double teaming, probably either Maggie Taylor or Elena Dean, the ball handler. Somebody that you think that the Rangers are going to inbound the basketball to.
Yeah, I just post up Maggie Taylor and just throw it up to her and let her go get it. They're going to have to foul, right, immediately. She's your best free throw shooter on the team. But we'll see what the Rangers do here. STM's obviously a really well-coached team, and I'm sure they know that Maggie wants the ball too, and she's just going to hold it, and that'll be a foul on Henry, so a second and a half runs off. Yeah. And without timeouts here for STM, if Maggie makes 1 or 2 of these, things get a little tougher for the Cavs.
Yeah, if she makes 2, it might be ball game. If she makes 1, there's always that opportunity for the Cavaliers to make a three-pointer and get fouled on that. That's 5 fouls on Anna Henry. She's just a sophomore for the Cavaliers. Had a nice game tonight. She fouls out here with 7.1 seconds left to play in the ball game. Maggie Taylor's first free throw is short here. So this second one's a big one, obviously, with 7.1 seconds. A 3-point lead for the Rangers.
Yeah, it's a moment you dream about as a kid, right? You go to the line with the go to the free throw line and you knock it in. And
yeah, now the Rangers actually get a steal there. And the Rangers will hold the basketball. 2 seconds left to go, and that will run the clock out. The Rangers are going to knock off the St. Thomas More Cavaliers here, 39-35. Obviously, Hill City Rangers crowd is excited. We showed the graphic at the beginning of the basketball game. The series against the St. Thomas More Cavaliers has been dominated by the Cavaliers. I don't know if it was 36-1 in the last 37 ball games, with that one victory coming early this year. So
there you go. It's 28-1. Now it's 28-2. So a really good job by Coach Anna Eckert and this Hill City Ranger basketball team to battle. And, STM took that lead, and it kind of felt like the Cavs had an awful lot of momentum. And you come back down to the other end, and Nia Ginsbaugh knocks in that big 3 to give the Rangers their first lead in the fourth quarter. And then the Rangers didn't look back and never, gave the lead away again.
Yeah, massive three-pointer by Nia Ginsbaugh, and I don't know how many field goals were made by the Rangers there in the second half. but she had to have, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 field goals?
Three
field goals. So she made 1 out of the 3 field goals in the second half, and it was a big one. You got to give credit to the St. Thomas More Cavaliers, a young ball team here. They came in and battled right until the end. You know, there were a number of times where Hill City looked like they might have an opportunity to kind of blow the game open, and the Cavaliers just kept fighting back. So.
Yeah, the Rangers led by as much as 10 points in the first half, and again, just how we gave Hill City credit for sticking around and not giving up. You have to give that same credit to St. Thomas More. And you knew it was just going to be a battle, right? It's a game to go to the SODAC, and it's playoff basketball in South Dakota. So scoring leaders for the Cavaliers, really pretty good balance. Hyde led the way with 8, 7 for Gilton coming in off the bench. She had a nice game. 6 for Lee, 6 for Kessler, 5 for Henry, and 3 for Donley. If you look at Hill City, 14 for Maggie Taylor on only 2 field goals, so she got to the free throw line a lot, and the Rangers were intentional about pounding the ball into Maggie Taylor. 7 for Lily Ross, the other senior, 6 for Nia Ginsbaugh, 5 for Elena Dean, 4 for Anna, and 3 for Abby Cutler. So,
well, exciting ball game for the Rangers. Before we get out of here, we always like to give our mythical fake game ball, our last opportunity to do that for the year. This will be our last broadcast as the Hill City Ranger girls will go on to the SODAC 16 now, and the boys will be on the road in their first round, so our last broadcast of the year. Let's start with the St. Thomas More Cavaliers. I'm going to give my mythical fake game ball to Lee in the ball game. I thought she did a real nice job defensively against Maggie Taylor, held her to 1 field goal, like you said, and then offensively did some nice things. She unfortunately got in foul trouble there in the second half and fouled out right towards the end of the fourth quarter, and that was kind of a big point in the game, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a really good choice. And just to be clear, we do not actually give out a real physical game ball. So if you're the first time watching it, don't expect to receive a game ball, any of these players. But I thought Kessler's game was so strong. She was so good at getting back to her strong hand, getting into the point, and then making the help side come and finding the open person. So she did a nice job. So good job to all of the St. Thomas More Cavaliers, and especially Lee, the senior, finishing her career here in Hill City tonight.
Absolutely. And on the other side of the basketball, I'm going to let you go first. Who are you going to give the mythical fake game ball to?
Yeah, I think if you talk to her, she would admit it wasn't her best game. She missed a lot of shots around the rim that are not characteristic of her. Part of it was the defense was so good by the Cavaliers, but Maggie Taylor finishes with 14 points. The senior just kind of like lifted the team on her back and was so aggressive on the glass, and then finished the game out with the free throws.
Yeah, you can't go against Maggie Taylor, but tonight I'm going to give my mythical fake game ball to somebody that maybe kind of off the board a little bit. I'm going to give it to Anna Dean. I thought her defensive presence was awesome. I mean, she created some turnovers. She hit some shots too, which is something that, you know, her game is mostly always defense only, and she does a nice job of that. She gave them a little bit of an offensive boost tonight, so I'm going to give it to Anna Dean.
Yep. Well, thank you. As we sign off here shortly for the last time this year, the Rangers head to the SODAC 16. Definitely want to give kudos to Landon Wiley. The graphics are on point. We appreciate everybody watching all year. Landon, you got something to chime in?
Yeah, update from Belle Fourche.
That sultry voice of Landon Wiley, everybody.
Update from Belle Fourche. With a minute left in the ball game, the Bronx are up on the Comets 54-45.
54-45.
So under a minute left, 9-point lead. So it looks like the Belle Fourche Bronx will be advancing to the SODAC 16, so the top 2 teams in Region 8. We don't have any of the other scores, but we do know that the Rangers are going to be able to play another day with a chance to go to the state tournament now, one more win.
Thank you all for watching. We definitely appreciate it. Josh, thank you so much.
All right, good,
Landon,
good for another season. We might be back if people will let us next year.
Don't expect anything better.
No, don't expect anything better for sure. So it was fun this year. We appreciate it all. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.